Hello and welcome to my promotional review of the game itself, Where's My Father, which is a very unique and very interesting game indeed. The publisher is Monster Couch and Indienova. It's been developed by Dubel, which I do want to thank the publishers for providing me a code for this game to review this content. Currently a 1 to 2 hour estimated completion time. It's under the genre adventure, but I would say text adventure. There's a lot of different reading, and this game is very weird. So you basically start out talking with different characters, and once you've spoken to the different characters, you will then proceed on through the story. So it's a very strange and unique game. The achievements are very easy. Obviously, it's a 1 to 2 hour completion. I find it hard to describe this game, really. It's a very long text adventure game. You can start from a memory, so once you get to a certain point and you want to play from that specific point, you can do. So if you want to go ahead and try and get all of the different endings and completions, you can do indeed. There's also memories throughout the game that you get at different points of stories that you can go through. There's also sort of little mini games as well in between everything, where you are a little cube and you sort of have to dodge green or red items, I guess, or different things from a variety of different things, from balloons, lollipops, fish, you name it, it's probably in there. And once you understand the basic mechanic of the either facing or avoiding a certain situation, you face it by going into the green items to keep the box that's around you large, to give you an area that you can move around in, as if you keep hitting the red ones, it will close that box more and more and more till the very center, and that means you're going to avoid it. So if you're trying to avoid it, hit all the reds. If you're trying to face it, hit all the greens. Besides that, if you love any sort of visual novels or text adventure games, you will love this game. There's no like actual characters or anything. I guess the only sort of character you have is that little cube. Besides that, there are these little kind of scenes throughout the game. It's very basic, but it is what it is in the game. It's currently set at £8.39, released on the 12th of March 2021, and I think that's a little bit high for what you're asking for this game. It does not feel like £8.39 worth, in my opinion. Maybe $4.99. That seems like a more appropriate price for the game. It's very quick and very short, and it's very confusing. Even when I was starting to read through the actual bits of dialogue, I had no idea what was going on half the time. There's different effects that happen throughout the game that shake the screen or make the screen white or black or just whatever, and you have different choices that you can make which interact and have some sort of consequence effect the further you get into it. Besides that, it's very chill. There's no sort of time limit or like really, heart-pumping, high-action gameplay. There's nothing like that. It's very simplistic, and if you like a really chill sort of text adventure game that'll last you a couple of hours, this is probably the game for you. If you're not a big fan of text adventure games or aren't interested in any of the achievements or any of the simpler games that are out there, then this probably isn't the game for you. But if you do like the text adventure games and the story-based games, you'll probably enjoy this game quite a lot, as that is basically the entire premise of the game, to go through the different stories, I guess, all the way to the end. And there's different endings that you can get to. There's ones with clowns, there's ones with talking to people, and you'll know when you're at an ending when it has this like AV, and it'll have a number next to it, and that's the ending number. And there'll be a little tape as well that'll lift up on the screen on a noose, and that is basically signifying that the game has reached an ending, and you can go ahead and replay from any point that you got to up to that point. So there's about, I would say, 15 or 16 different points of the game that you can start or play from, and it probably has different endings depending on the choices that you can make all the way throughout the game. But I didn't pick every single choice in the game because it would have taken me hours, and I have No idea what the endings all are. I believe I got to all the endings. I don't know entirely what they were all about, and I did enjoy the game. Overall, it was really chill and really relaxing. Nothing too stressful at all. Just something that you can sit down with, take some time just to read through some story, and not have any worries at all. The hardest thing you'll have to do is that little mini game with the box, and that's about it, really. Besides that, I do believe the price is too high for this game, and it's definitely overpriced for what content you get. Rating this game, it's kind of hard to rate. Being a text adventure game, it's very retro. The little mini games that are throughout it does feel like it's very last gen, or very retro indeed. I think that was the entire premise and style of the game, and I would probably give this game out of 10 a score of about 7. It's very average for what it's asking. It's overpriced though, and it's not got a lot of other content. Besides that, I enjoyed what I played of it. It definitely did overstay its welcome at some points, as these... Oh, there must be hundreds and hundreds of dialogue lines, and there's so much to read. If you hate reading, this definitely is the game for you. It does have other little bits in that you might enjoy, the little mini games and whatnot, but besides that, there is so much text to read through, and probably so many different stories that I have no time to understand, or what the entire premise of all of those different stories would be to the end. It would take you probably 10-15 hours to get to every single different ending, understanding what was happening in each of the scenes. So if you don't like text adventure games, this probably isn't the game for you, but if you do, go ahead, pick it up. It's out now, and you can go ahead and play and see what you think of it. I gave it a 7 out of 10. I think it's very average for what the game actually has. That's what I'm rating it off. I'm not rating it off of the achievement list or anything else. It's simply just for what the game is, and it's a text adventure, and it does it pretty well. So it's one of the better text adventures out there. There are definitely some others that I've played that are not as good as this one. Graphic wise, it's very basic. You're reading on a screen, so there's not a lot that they can really offer you to read off of besides some more color, but I think that's the entire point, that the game is quite dark in terms of what the stories are throughout the game. But there's not much more I can talk about with this, guys, so I would like to thank you all very much for watching. Go ahead and leave a like if you enjoyed, and comment down below. I reply to every single comment that I ever get on any of my videos. So thank you all again for watching. I want to thank the publisher for providing me a code again for the game to review this content, and I'll see you all in the next one.